It's always interesting to see how different companies pack their products. This one opens so it's like a showcase. Frame, fork, handlebars all held down with soft Velcro straps. The rear dropouts are anchored to the cardboard box with the through axle. Yoeleo exporting worldwide, obviously they know how to pack their products well. There's quite a few accessories in this box. Yoeleo have sent some extras so I can show you what's also available. This is their H21 integrated carbon handlebar. Yoeleo full carbon bottle cages. Looks like the seat post. I like these little Velcro straps. They're made from material. I think I'll keep them. Might be very useful for something. When in doubt, throw a roll of cardboard in the bottom bracket shell to protect it. Why not? And after undoing quite a few of those Velcro straps, the frame slips out of the box. One more Velcro strap and the forks. And always check for hidden packages. This box has a bunch of accessories and we'll go through them one by one throughout the video. This seat post comes with the frame set. It's full carbon fibre and has aluminium rail clamps. It has height measurement markings on the back. And yes, it's a round seat post, 27.2 millimeters, common sizing. The carbon integrated handlebar has black Yoeleo logo on the front. Hard to see because it's black. Some accessories, carbon fibre bottle cages. These are nice. They look like they're going to hold the bottles fairly firmly. Little foam insert to keep them in shape. And they come with two black holding bolts. They've got a high gloss finish. These do not come with the frame set. You order them separately. What's in this box? Anti-vibration foam tubing for your internal cabling. That does come with the frame set. A quick access storage pouch. That does not come with the frame set. Have to order that separately. A right hand chain stay guard. That does come with it. Instructions. That obviously comes with it. And a saddle. It's not a 3D printed saddle. Has vinyl top. Looks very nice. Feels comfortable. Very, very light, but it has carbon fibre rails, 7x9 size, has a carbon fibre shell underneath. Unfortunately, this is not part of the frame set, it's also a separate item you can purchase. Whew, that's a lot of accessories, eh? Let's have a look at the frame and fork. Full name for the frame set is the Yoeleo G21 Altera gravel frame set, and it's UCI approved frame and fork, and the colour is champagne. UCI sticker on the seat tube and a separate UCI approval on the fork. Very fancy decal work, and they're not stickers so you can't just peel them off. They're part of the paintwork underneath. The down tube has one bottle cage mount and a compartment. Top tube, another compartment, and then fancy decal work again, all the way along to the seat post area. Big chunky head tube, and a fancy Chinese logo just above the dropouts on the forks. In typical Yoeleo fashion, they may not be the lightest frame out there, but they are definitely strong. Nice chunky rear stays here, as you can see, squared sort of tubing. The bridge is well attached, nice and strong as well. Those nice thick dropouts, look at them, thick, thick, thick. Likewise with the chain stays, sort of that squared fashion. Looks nice on a gravel bike. Probably wouldn't suit a road bike, but definitely looks good on a gravel bike. Rear disc brake caliper mount. So this is a size 56 large, down to the bottom bracket, T47 threaded. The whole bottom bracket area nice and chunky and strong with good smooth transitions to the tubes. Front derailleur mount if you want to go 2x, and a hole for your Di2 or mechanical cabling, and that back one is for the Di2. That scrolly decal line work is on the inside of both the right and the left chainstays, and Altera G21 written on both the stays on the outside. The bash guard, a very thick semi-soft plastic so that it won't break when hit by rocks, but also absorbs shock so that it protects the carbon fibre bottom bracket underneath. Nicely moulded to the shape of the frame, and it's removable with those 2 screws. If you break or damage your bash guard, you can replace it. Yoeleo have them as a separate part. And while we've got the bash guard off, you can see there are 2 ventilation holes to help eliminate moisture from inside the frame. And the holes are still clear when the bash guard is on. Rear derailleur hanger UDH, of course. You also get a spare UDH rear derailleur hanger. The bars are flared, which is common for gravel bikes. 2-bolt steerer clamp system on the stem. At this angle you can see the flare better. It's not exaggerated like some bars. Markings on the side of the bar so you can get the shifters in the right position for yourself and also equal both left and right. And even has a flattened section here for the palm of your hand for comfort on the drops. So this is the H21 bar. Another option you can have is the H25 bar, which is a separate bar and stem. This allows you to swivel the bar in the stem for different comfort angles. If you've got your own handlebar and stem that you want to use, you can select the without handlebar option. This frame set has 2 storage compartments. Flick the little lever across and you can completely remove the whole storage compartment from the frame. So a hard plastic cover on the outside and a soft bag underneath, and it's got a zip so you can store your Allen keys, spare tube or whatever you want in there. Flicking the lever across and it locks into the frame. The top storage compartment is exactly the same as the other one, same size, and also has a zip underneath. Let's have a look at the weight. This is the 56 size frame, size large, and the frame only is, out of the way, 1.32, and the fork 420 grams. So not the lightest frame out there, but definitely robust, which will give you peace of mind for riding off the road. Handlebars 370 grams, seat post 189 grams, Yoeleo seat 123 grams, and the carbon fibre bottle cage 27 grams. Now don't throw your user manual away thinking it's just a lot of hoo-ha, they're all the same. This one in particular is vital for the mechanic and for the user. It has a lot of vital information. For instance, your headset bearings are different sizes. Your bottom bearing is 8mm and it's red bearing, and your top one 7mm and it's a black bearing. So if you have a look at your bearings, one's red and one's black. So bottom, top. Let's put some of these parts on the frame set now so we can get an idea what it's going to look like, and we can talk about some of the details. So we'll put the headset in dry. When you've got a new frame set, always try the headset bearings in dry. This will determine the fit to see if they're too loose or too tight. Very good fit. Top bearing, chamfer downwards. Excellent. So your bottom bearing is 52 on the outside by 40 in the middle by 8 high and a 45-degree chamfer. The 45-degree chamfer faces upwards. The top bearing, exactly the same size as the bottom, except its depth is only 7mm instead of 8. Frame straight on. Top bearing, chamfer facing downwards. Nice fit, lovely. The steerer diameter is 28.6. All the headset parts come with the frame set. The 2-piece compression ring, so you've got the outer ring there and an inner insert sleeve there. Make sure the writing faces forward to the gap and just slide that down. The headset spacers, you get a 3mm, 5mm and 2 10mm. I'm just going to put them all on temporarily. Putting the C-shaped aluminium shim underneath the bottom spacer. Underneath the stem there's 2 small holes. You line them up with the 2 studs on the top spacer. Each spacer comes in two halves, so you can easily add or remove spacers without interfering with your internal cabling. Just make sure all those cable guides are inside the hole in the spacer so we can put the stem down on top of the top spacer. Lastly, the compression plug and top cap. I'm not going to cut the steerer tube yet, so we'll just sit them in there. The head tube is straight, not really an aero shape, and it's 1.5 inches all the way down. As you can see, there's routing for internal cabling, all integrated, nicely hidden, so you can use electronic or mechanical gearing. So this frame set has 2 lots of water bottle cage mounts there. You can actually fit 4 water bottle cages on 2 there, and if you've got the right forks with the extra studs on, which I asked not to have in this particular model, so you've got a choice there. You can either have the studs or no studs for the cargo carrier, but if you get the studs, you can put another bottle cage on each side if you want. Otherwise, you can also put on cargo carriers. The tyre clearance for this frame set is a whopping 53C for 700C size wheels, or 2.1 for 650Bs. So plenty of room for those whopping fat tyres. There's facility for mudguards, or fenders as you might call them in other parts of the world. So a hole in the front fork there, and 2 up here and 2 down there on your rear stays. So mudguards, absolutely. For your gear system, you can run a 1x, or you can run a front derailleur and have a 2x system. So there's your front derailleur mount there, or you can leave it just as it is with that cover on. You can either run a mechanical wire through here, or you can also run a Di2 wire through there. Alternately, Di2 wire can come through here. We'll just take off the through axles and we can have a look at the dropouts. UDH already installed on the right hand side and on the left hand side. Very nice. No paint in there, very good. The hole is conical, and that's to fit a conical head on the through axle. Front through axle, little bit of surface cleaning to do on there, not much at all, very good. The inside, same story. Again, notice how thick these dropouts are, even on the forks. Very good. Mudguard mounts, front fork crown, behind the bottom bracket, seat stays, under the seat stays bridge, on the rear dropouts, and all have nice clean threads. Bottle cage bolts already in the frame. I'm sure their threads will be fine. Front derailleur mounting, there's a black plastic cover cap. If you're going to go 1x, remove it and you can mount a front derailleur hanger and have a 2x. The mounts for the rear caliper are nice and clean, and the frame exit hole for the rear brake hose, well done. And front caliper mounts, very good. The hole for the brake hose mount is central, so you can have your front brake on either the left or the right shifter. The bottom bracket, T47 internal. Good choice, Yoeleo. That seems to be the way it's going in the industry now. You can fit a 1-boy chainring, 42 tooth, or if you've got a longer crank axle, you can fit a 44 tooth. Of course, you can run a double chainring, put your front derailleur on, and you can run a 3450 chainring set. Now, Yoeleo have chosen to go with 2 separate threaded aluminium inserts, so one for the right hand side and one for the left hand side. So rather than one piece aluminium, they're 2 separate pieces bonded into the carbon frame. The threads are extremely clean. There's no overspray, there's no grit, no dirt, no nothing in there, not even a speck of dust. So very clean threads. As you can see, there's some paint overlap on the outer edge of the machined bottom bracket shell. Let's see if it interferes with the cups. Let's try a typical bottom bracket, SRAM. I'm also using SRAM because they come without Loctite on their threads. So right hand cup, left hand thread. This should go in by fingers only, no tools required. As you can see, it goes in very easy. At the circumference of that cup, it just misses the paint. I'd say that's excellent. One more thing to test. So let's check if the cup's flange fits flush to the bottom bracket shell's machined face. With this filler gauge, we're measuring at 0.127 of a millimetre. And it's not going in anywhere, all the way around. That's also excellent. So let's try the left-hand cup. Just poke that cable guide inside out of the way. Again, goes in just with the fingers, feeler gauge all the way around, does not go in anywhere. So, perfect. Might as well just check the paint on this side as well, and it looks great. The width of the bottom bracket shell, 86.5mm. Just looking at the geometry without actually riding the bike, so I can't comment too much yet, but the head angle is slightly slacker than its previous, the plain G21 model. So having a slacker head angle means you've got more stability, especially on rocky surfaces, and if you're carrying extra weight, it'll give you more stability as well. Also, if you've got bigger feet, say 46 or larger, then a slacker head tube will give you less likelihood of toe overlap, especially if you're going to run fat tyres. The front and rear through axles do come with the frame set. These carbon fibre bottle cages do hold the water bottles firmly. They're a nice high gloss finish on them. The bolts that come with these cages weigh 5 grams, however titanium bolts 2 grams. Would have been nice if Yoeleo supplied titanium bolts, particularly since it's a carbon fibre cage. The computer mount for the handlebars is aluminium and it's very, very thick. I don't think that's going to break very easily. And it fits nice and snug in that recess under the handlebars. With its 2 bolts, it does weigh 34 grams, and the carbon fibre one, aftermarket, is only 19 grams, so almost half the weight. I just put my computer on, which is an average size computer, not overly big. Plenty of room there for the biggest of units. What's the biggest one? The Carbon? Well, now we've got our nice Yoeleo Altera frame set. All we need to do is build it up. And one thing we need is a set of wheels. And guess what? Yoeleo make a nice set of their top of the range wheels for gravel. This is Yoeleo's NXT version of a gravel wheel set. And sorry, no, they don't come with the frame set. Just as a comparison, this is the old Yoeleo G21, the first gravel bike that Yoeleo came out with. And of course, let's compare it to the Altera. There it is. Looks a bit funny because there's no tyres. It looks smaller, but they're exactly the same size frame. The frame geometry is pretty much exactly the same. It's just the fork, the head tube's a little bit slacker, and the fork comes out a bit more. Chain stays, same angles, same length. Seat stays, same angles, same length. Seat tube, same angle, same length. Top tube is also level, but it looks like it's going down because I've got the back wheel sitting up on a part of a stand and the front wheel flat on the bench. So believe me, the top tubes are the same. Both the old G21 and the new Altera have the right-hand drop chainstay. The old G21 has a D-shaped seat post. The new Altera has the round 27.2 seat post. On the old G21, bottle cage fits underneath, and also for the new Altera, on the bash guard there's 2 bolts, and they are exactly the right spacing for the bottle cage, so you can put a bottle cage onto your bash guard. Rear dropouts, slightly different shape than the old one. However, the new Altera, of course, has the UDH. The inner width spacing between the fork blades on the old G21, 68mm. And the new Altera, 72mm, so slightly wider. The inner width between the rear stays is the same on both the old G21 and the new Altera, 64mm. Bottom bracket, the old G21 has a press fit bottom bracket, while the new Altera has the T47 threaded. The old G21 on the top tube had a water bottle mount, while the new Altera has the storage case. And the down tube, the new Altera has the water bottle cage as well as the extra storage compartment. And my old G21, I had the studs for rack mounts. I just put some plastic caps on them. And the new Altera, you can get them with the studs or without the studs. Obviously, in this case, I got them without. So having a look at the Yoeleo website here with the Altera. What are you doing over there? Come over here. Firstly, the frame sizes 49, 52, 54, 56, 58 and even up to a 60 centimetre. Next to the handlebars, you can get the H21s like I have here, the integrated ones, or you can go the ST1 plus H2, the separate bar stem combo, or you can go without if you've got your own already organised. The forks you can get with the carrier rack mount holes or without. I've got the ones without, so it has no holes in them, just plain. Quick storage options, you can just basically get it with or without that rubber quick access pouch. And the warranty, very impressive, 6 years standard, that just comes with it. And if you want a lifetime warranty, you can pay the extra for that. Colour choice, well, it only comes in one, champagne, but if you want your own custom paint job, you can collab with Yoeleo to get a fast response help to do that. Here are your handlebar sizings, 40, 42 and 44, that's all the widths there is, and with the stem length combination 80, 90, 100 or 110. So that's pretty much it to order your Yoeleo Altera. So if you're wanting to build yourself a good gravel bike with or without the carrier racks, something you can throw any terrain at it and it will handle, and it's going to be what I call bomb-proof anyway, then really the Altera is going to be a way to go. For racing, you might want something lighter, but most of us are not going to be serious into racing anyway. We just want to enjoy our off-road experience. One of the things I like about the Yoeleo frame sets is all the prep's been done for you. So all the threads are machined nicely, everything goes together really well without any specialist tools. So you can just pop your parts on, no problem. And this owner's manual is one of the best manuals I've seen, and it gives you all your details you're going to need, which parts to use and which order to put them in, and which bolt requires which torque. So you're not left in the lurch when you're building your frame set. A great facility from Yoeleo when you're building up your bike. The price of the Altera is not the cheapest on the market, however, consider the good quality that Yoeleo is and their current standing in the market. If you're interested in the Altera, of course, I've got a discount code for you, 10% off. So 10% off the price of this Altera frame set. And the discount code in Australia is ozcycle10. If you're outside Australia, anywhere around the globe, anywhere in the world, is ozcycledisc. So 10% discount. I'll put that in the description below and at the top of the comments as well for you. I hope this video has been helpful and informative for you and maybe inspire you to go out and get yourself a gravel bike, build yourself one up, or even get the new Yoeleo G21 Altera like this one. So I'm looking forward to building this up and riding it, and so we'll do that in a future video. We'll see you soon.